When it comes to bird watching, believe it or not, Central Australia actually has a lot to offer. There are 170 different bird species in this area, and we've got everything from parrots to raptors to honeyeaters to doves and pigeons. There's finches, zebra finches, painted finches, there's cockatiels, there's major Mitchells, and there's galahs, there's red-tailed black cockatoos. We've also got some raptors, we've got brown falcons, grey falcons, Nankeen kestrel falcons. We've got the wedge-tailed eagle, we've got whistling kites, fork-tailed kites. We've got black-breasted buzzards. We've also got quails come from this area as well. There's a species of bush quail that lives out here. We've even got some water birds as well. So quite an amazing place to actually come and do some bird watching. Don't be fooled that it's the desert. There's not much out here. There's a lot to see. Let's go and check it out. Now you want yourself a good set of binoculars, at least a 10 by 42 magnification, and if you're shooting stills with a digital SLR, I would recommend at least a 300 to 400 mm lens, something that you can get a good zoom on. November, December is the best time to be out here, as all the birds are mating. It's their breeding season. You can get to see some fledglings around the place as well. We're looking for my target species, and my favourite is the green budgerigar, the budgie, which originates from this area. And all of the budgies in all of the pet shops all around the world actually originate from here. They're endemic to this area. And the ones that you see in the pet shops that are yellow or white or blue, they've actually been selectively bred to change that colour morphing it's called. So let's go and see what birds we can find. Oh, look at these poor little buggers. It's not exactly how I like to find my birds. So what they do is they fly around 100 miles an hour, and what's happened here, by the looks, they've come through here 100 miles an hour, and unfortunately they've hit the barbed wire, and I've actually counted about 9 of them on the ground. There's a couple even on the other side of the fence there. Barbed wire is horrible stuff. Kills a lot of animals in Australia. Believe it or not, even like kangaroos will get caught in it and die as well. So horrible stuff, the old the barbed wire. If you have a farm or a property, a good idea is to actually wrap some conduit around the top wire. That way animals, when they're cruising through, they can actually see it. Use some of that bright orange hose, put that on your top strand. You've still got other strands then that will keep your stock in or protect the area. One of the biggest and saddest things is the flying foxes, the fruit bats, the mega bats. They get caught up in this horribly. It sticks through their wings and they die horrible deaths. So it's best to avoid using barbed wire if you can. The netting that you put around fruit trees, that's really horrible stuff as well. That'll trap and kill snakes and birds and bats and possums and you name it. That's really horrible stuff as well. Crow hassling a falcon. You can see why the budgies are paranoid. They don't have any regular flight patterns, they just keep randomly changing their landing spots, knowing that the hawks and falcons are watching. There's a little budgie fledgling down here. So he obviously can't fly. Might be able to fly a little bit. He's actually got really good camouflage. So he'll hide in there away from predators. It's one species you wouldn't expect to see out here. A kingfisher. There's a murder of crows in the tree. Got some quail eggs down here. I don't know how they go just sitting out in the sun like that. It's pretty amazing really. That's a nest. A couple of things I wanted to point out as well. When it is spring and start of summertime, you're going to get little fledgling birds coming out of the nest, attempting to fly, landing on the ground. Sometimes they get blown out of their nest by the wind as well. Now what they'll do is they'll spend a few days on the ground, sometimes even a week, and they'll hide in this long grass to keep safe from predators, particularly the raptor birds that would love to eat them. But as humans, we feel it's our duty when we find a little bird, oh, let's catch it and take it home and look after it. It needs our help. But actually it doesn't need our help at all. It's doing what it does naturally. So the best thing you can do is when you find a baby bird or a fledgling is leave it where it is. A lot of the times also the parents are actually watching the little bird and they're communicating with it as well. So if you do find a baby bird, best to just leave it where it is and let nature do its thing.